A Champion by Coach Payne. What does it take to be a champion? Well, it takes more than excuses. There are only so many champions in the world, and true champions understand what hard work and dedication really is. True champions understand that if you want to be a lion, you've got to know what it means to go through the jungle. When everyone is sleeping, the champion gets up. The champion gets up before the sun comes up. The champion is the one that never lets the sun catch them sleeping. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Submission Kings Winner Takes All 8. And I just got goosebumps watching that incredible video. It's 6 months ago, can you believe it? But we're back for 2024, and wow, have we got a great card for you tonight. 2 titles on the line. We've got international superstars, the best of local talent, and of course, prolific champions right here at Winner Takes All 8. Joining me tonight, of course, Big L Bishop and Tyron Woodley. Big L, I'm going to go with Big L. You're the big guy around here these days, eh?
Medium L.
Medium L, okay. But fantastic card. I mean, it's an exciting night, the first one of the year, and time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, yes, definitely. We made a decision as a team to take a bit of a breather, and the intention was to come back with as big a card as possible. A lot of things went our way, a lot of things didn't go our way. We've got a massive lightweight title fight. JP Bays, if you don't know who that is from South Africa, you've been a bit lost, and you've lost on a lot of things, against undoubtedly who we call the Boogyman in Davi Alencar. There's not a long list of guys calling him out, you know. He's arrived on our shores, he's wrecked everybody, he's looked unbeatable, but he's got a hell of a test and a hell of a task in front of him tonight, and that's just the cap of what I will say probably the best card, with respect to everybody, that we've ever put on.
Tyron, in terms of the talent on show tonight, what has piqued your interest? Is it the 2 title fights? Is it our incredible action? I mean, it's hard to single out other fights tonight or contests tonight between these incredibly talented athletes.
Well, CS, you know, the measure of this card is the fact that on any other given night, a matchup like Jason versus Cam would have headlined the show. It's my job to build this one up, and the grudge match is on. It's going to be exciting to see whether Cam can get his revenge on Jason, or whether Jason will retain that title.
I've got to ask you, the women's absolute bracket, I mean, that's got people talking. I mean, social media has been a buzz. Remember to check out all the social media handles and, you know, have your say. But yeah, it's on show tonight, and wow, there are some fantastic athletes there.
Yeah, look, so we wanted to do an absolute tournament for a while now. We figured, seeing as the ladies have always been so exciting in the quintet, that this is the best way to do it. Let's put 8 ladies across all weight classes, and let's see who's the biggest and the best out of them all. It's interesting because there's no weight divisions, so you're going to have smaller athletes against heavier athletes, blue belts across to brown belts. It's going to be all-out action. One thing about the ladies is that when they get into this mat, it's absolute fire, and that's what we're really, really excited to see. 10,000 Rand up for grabs, and a nice belt, a unique belt that you get to claim for your own.
10,000 large, gotta love that. Now in terms of strategy, it's obviously key tonight. What would you be looking for on commentary tonight, Tara?
Look, we, particularly when it talks to the absolute matchup, we're going to be looking at strategy quite a bit. We just take one of the matches like Nicole up against Ushi. When you see those two athletes walk out and how the gods have rolled out that particular matchup in terms of the difference in size between the athletes, strategy is going to come down to it. So 6 minutes on the clock, you're going to have to use that to the best of your benefit, not to go into overtime.
Combat Jiu-Jitsu on the card again. I know Justin Ferrier is a huge fan. That's the only reason he comes, isn't it?
It is. Listen, I think I said in the preview show, if you've never seen either of these two gentlemen fight, you are in for an absolute treat. I don't think either of these guys have taken a backward step in their life. We've got a Dave Falker from Durban who's been on the MMA circuit as an amateur for a millennial now. He's captained the South African team. He's got a gritty, come forward, never say no attitude. Across from him is a gentleman they call Malboa, who, I don't think they give you that name for no reason. Also, cannot take a backward step. These are two guys that are technically really good at jiu-jitsu, but there's this toughness element and this never back down element that I think is going to create absolute magic in that matchup.
Also, I mean, for those who are joining us for the first time on the broadcast, I mean, the rules are there to speed up the contest, to keep it all action. Is that the intention also going forward?
Correct. Our motto here is give the athletes the ability to finish the fight in their own hands. There's no judges, that kind of stuff. Everything is up to you. We want speed, we want action, we want submissions, and that's how we're trying to tailor the rule set. We're trying to improve as we go. That's what we're really looking for, action and submissions.
Tyrone, in terms of Dylan Miguel Carrera coming back into the mix, I mean, if you look at this card, he is just heart and soul of submission kings, winner takes all, a fantastic human being and also extremely talented.
There's no other reason why we call him Mr. Sub Kings. He comes out with a smile. It kind of looks like he's the friendliest guy walking around, but when he gets onto this mat, he's an absolute killer. But he is up against somewhat an unknown entity to the WTA mat. So everything to prove for Chad November, and let's hope that they put on a great match.
El, just before I let you go, there's rumors, team event. Am I allowed to say anything, or have I let the cat out the bag?
Yeah, so, this all started with a team-on-team quintet. We've been getting a lot of questions. We've got something very, very cool in the works. We're trying to iron out the details now, but I think it's safe to say by the end of this year there's going to be a big team event. So if your team's out there and you think you got what it takes to come and be the best in the country, you let me know, and let's see if you can do it.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Tyrone Moodley and Monique van Staden on the call tonight. Thank you, Big L, for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, the action is about to start here at Winner Takes All 8. As always, none of this would be possible without our amazing sponsors. The CMH Group, with their unwavering support and sizable contributions, ensuring Jiu-Jitsu in South Africa continues its ascension. Proton for their continued and unwavering support. EV Africa, Liquor Size, who once again have made a massive contribution to ensure the success of this event. The Blue Line, Scarab BJJ, Gasoline Denim Company, our amazing venue, 133 on First, and of course, our broadcast partners, Vision View TV. With that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get into the action. Kicking things off this evening is a pair of local youngsters that have been setting the local scene alight as they usher in the juniors again at Winner Takes All, fighting out of the red corner, representing Cornerstone Jiu-Jitsu with a WTA record of 2 wins and no losses. Please welcome Joshua Rothman. His opponent is on debut. From the blue corner, representing Valhalla MMA, please welcome Kuni Lamprecht. Your referee is Kirk Bloomer.
Well, Jiu-Jitsu South Africa and those who are watching from abroad, it is an absolute privilege to welcome you to WTA8, brought to you by CMH. My name is Ty Mudley, and on co-commentary I have fresh off of her exploits in Paris, Monique Mouse van Staden. Are you ready for some action, Mouse?
Super excited, Ty. We're in for a big treat.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing event. You know, we're already starting to see the venue fill out, and what a way to start with the youngsters, you know, showcasing what Jiu-Jitsu has to offer on the continent.
It's got 2 of our good gyms in South Africa, giving us 2 of our best youngsters coming up. So let's see what they bring.
And look, the earlier matches are meant to be kind of a warm-up, not just for the mat, but for individuals walking into the venue. But these 2 are not going to allow any opportunity for an action-packed match, and they're at it already.
Josh was almost onto a full guard position.
And now looking to invert on that leg, but Kuni holding out Joshua with into side control. Fantastic movement by Kuni.
Onto arm. And this is a big fight for Joshua. It's his 3rd fight against Kuni, so he's got a lot to prove today, and he's bringing it.
Well, the one characteristic about Joshua that we all know, that when the WTA lights come on, he is all action.
It's great to see youngsters like this in the mix already. I mean, I'm pretty sure they are youngest competitors on this card.
They are most definitely our youngest competitors, and the only junior fight on for the night.
That's awesome.
You know, and it doesn't seem like Kuni's been perturbed by being on the stage on debut. I know that you mentioned they'd fought on the Sub-King circuit. Kuni coming out on top on each of those exchanges, but Joshua most definitely handling the pressure a lot better.
He's got the upper hand on the stage, right? He's got he's been here before. He knows what it feels like.
Joshua with his full guard, trying to pull the space down, make sure that Kuni's posture is broken.
Going to work some angles to just get some angle on his full guard position. But you can clearly see what he's working for. He's looking for those arm bars and triangles. And Josh is definitely taking his time, maybe even changing it up, as you can see, entering a bit of a delivery.
Interesting with Joshua standing up there, so he's all for the wrestling exchanges this evening, not looking for Kuni to enter his guard.
Can definitely see both of them want it.
A lot
of aggression.
A lot of aggression, I was about to say so. A lot of collar ties, slapping on those collar ties. Thought we were only going to see that with the heavier guys.
Double attempt.
Kuni looking to knee slice out of that position, back into side control. But Joshua doing really well with that reverse de la Riva.
And I actually think that both of them would have some leg lock threats, exactly.
But Joshua already escaping the knee line and starting to move away. Hey, Johnny.
Beautiful attempt.
Wow. Already a high-paced action.
Beautiful escapes. Yes, I think, Josh needs to tone it down with just giving, knowing where he wants to go. But he's very scrambly at the moment.
Guillotine attempt there from Kuni, but most likely just utilizing that position to get on top. Working very nicely to get into that north-south position, but trying to get onto Joshua's back.
Kuni's been really cycling in his submission attempts very well, I must say.
And he's got a little bit more length, it would seem, on Joshua, so utilizing that too.
A lot more weight on the choke. That's very deep.
Oh, and he gets the tap. Fantastic work by Kuni, once again beating Joshua Rothman. What a way to start off the show.
Beautiful. Look, Joshua had a big weight disadvantage, but Kuni brought this technique. So great match to give us a kickstart to what we have coming our way.
And we do have a absolutely excellent card coming our way. Well done to Kuni Lundberg. I believe we're going to get out to some replays now so that we can see that finish. But incredible use of his legs there to slap on that body triangle and make sure that I think he did isolate that arm. Let's just look at the footage one last time.
That was very tight. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's middleweight action next. Representing 1610, BJJ fighting out of the red corner with a record of no wins and 1 loss. Please welcome Katlego Rabaji. His opponents, who took the call on 10 days' notice, representing Cornerstone BJJ with a record of no wins and 1 loss. Please welcome Milan Stradom. And your referee, Kirk Bloomer.
Well, folks, an interesting matchup awaits us, which sees the veteran Katlego Rabaji versus the youthful experience of Milan Stradom. Katlego has been titled the fearless grappler, looking to get his first win at WTA, whilst the blue belt prospect Milan is looking to add another notch in his win column. Monique, how do you see this one going down between the older veteran versus the youthful experience of Milan?
So I'm actually really excited for this matchup. I think Katlego is a dark horse. He's got great BMT. And then Milan's, he's just gone to ADCC trials. He went and, won matches on an international circuit. And I think he's really grown a lot in a really short space of time. So, clash of styles. Milan loves his leg locks. And Katlego loves his triangles, so let's see what happens. But there's definitely already a lot of aggression in this match. So
You know, we
let's
have a
see.
pleasure of being on the mat with some of these athletes that will be on show tonight. Had the pleasure of going up against Milan earlier in the year as he was preparing for ADCC, and you know, he looks like a heavy boy, but man oh man, when he slaps on that body lock on you, he really puts the pressure in order to pass down. So I'm not surprised by some of this aggression shown by both athletes already. Some collar ties and some attempted arm drags over there.
Yeah, this is a game of making your opponent tired, eh? So let's see who pulls the trigger first on a good takedown.
Does seem to have been part of the strategy from the Cornerstone team, you know, to kind of throw some of those heavy slap downs, make sure you get your opponent tired. Not too different than what we've seen from Luke on the international scene.
Exactly.
Oh. Milan looking to control that ankle, but Katleko doing a fantastic job to reverse that. But
Beautiful work from Milan getting on top. Great reversal.
Katleko has that right butterfly in that sticky hook and his left leg over the top of Milan's back. But you know, talking to that position I mentioned earlier, this body lock position, it's going to be very difficult to create some leverage to raise Milan.
And Milan will definitely enter these leg locks if he needs to.
The ever keen eye of Mouse watching as Milan works towards that ankle, as he is doing already. Look at that. He's going for the belly down with the straight ankle.
That's exactly what
Oh. You could see the look on
It was
Katleko's face
almost.
there. That was almost there.
Very scrappy. Nice work again for Milan to end up on top. Milan's very aware of all those attacks on the legs. You can see he's working full guard, Kimura, armbar attempts.
He's landed up in the front headlock position, now going into side control, but almost regains his guard once again. Oh, he's got that leg back in. So well done by Milan. Toe hold attempt there by Katleko. But no,
Beautiful work.
he never really had control of that overhand arm going over the top.
You can see both of them have now changed up strats, so Milan's working for the legs.
You know, on the preview show, Big Al talked about what he thought about this matchup, and he really pointed to the fact that this was going to be wild and exciting, and he spoke about Katleko being risk averse and going out there and mixing it up with Milan to make sure that it's not as easy as some people would have seen this on the cards.
Exactly.
Oh, look at him jumping guard there.
I think Milan definitely wants to get the leg lock tonight.
He's got fantastic control on Katleko's right ankle. But Katleko deals
settling on top.
almost got into that mounted position.
And at the pace they're competing at the moment, so I must be honest, they've got a really good gas tank on both of them, because this is a pace.
Katleko once again threatening that toe hold, but he really hasn't had control of that ankle.
And Katleko's knee line is out.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. And that I missed. It was in. Very well done. That's a beautiful leg lock entry.
Fantastic leg lock entry. We'll look at the replays in a second, but it really looked like an outside Ushi heel hook.
And from this angle, it really seemed like that knee line was out, but Milan had a tight bite.
And unfortunately, you know, perhaps lessons should have been learned from that first failed toe hold. Focusing on that particular hold put that leg in danger, and that's what Katleko walked out on.
Yeah.
Most definitely outside Ushi heel hook, or was that a straight ankle?
No, that was a heel hook.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Ladies and gentlemen, middleweights take center stage yet again. Fighting out of the red corner, he proudly represents Johannesburg Grappling Club. Please welcome Themba Khumalo. His opponent, riding a high wave of momentum, represents Creonge BJJ. Out of the blue corner, please welcome Ali Mirza. Your referee, Kino Lundi.
Well, Mouse, our next match could be billed man versus boy, with one of our oldest competitors tonight, Themba Khumalo, taking on Ali Mirza. And as CS mentioned, is riding a massive wave of momentum, particularly on the submission king scene, but both athletes looking for their first win on the WTA mats.
Yeah, I really think Ali's come a long way. He's shown great performances in the sub-king circuit at the moment, and for a blue belt, taking on a brown belt, 35-year-old big man. Yeah, I think it's going to be a clash of titans, to be honest. And Ali's got that MMA experience as well, so he can bring a different look to his jiu-jitsu. So I want to see what that makes a difference on this match.
Look, it takes, as you said, an exceptionally brave veteran to know that he's putting his brown belt on the line on a stage up against a blue belt. And as we've seen with international jiu-jitsu, there are some incredible blue and purple belts that are making waves on the international circuit. Some of them winning IBJJF medals in Paris.
I mean, belts don't matter anymore, do they? Since when?
So let's just talk about a little bit about a corner that we're going to see a little bit more of tonight. The Creonge athletes. Have you been rolling at the gym once or twice? Mouse, could you give us some inside track on kind of the characteristics of the players at that gym?
I love training with Dil. Dil's just the best. He's a great training partner. So I love going in there and just getting some different rounds from the Creonte team. So yeah, Mr. Sub-Kings, eh?
Mr. Sub-Kings. Well, his athlete's currently sitting in a full guard position, looking to scoop that left leg of Themba's, trying to break that posture.
Yeah, Themba working the break, obviously trying to put some pressure forward. Might get himself into some triangle armbar threats there, but let's see what his strategy is. So Ali's doing the right thing. He's working his angles, trying to get onto the arms.
Yeah, Themba's got a he's sitting in this half no man's land area. He's got to decide whether he's going to put the pressure down or ensure that he breaks the guard by making some space.
Definitely going to go for a Kimura, maybe even a bit of a sweep to get on top here.
He's going to need to get that left leg hook in order to activate the Kimura, or he's trying for the hip bump.
And for Themba, this can be a good stalling position to get to that overtime we haven't seen yet, which I love because it's jam-packed excitement going for submissions tonight, clearly.
Don't jinx us, Mouse. Don't jinx us. A little bit more display of technical skill versus in the first two matches where we saw wild scrambles. Not saying that we didn't see technical skills in the first set, but most definitely.
The approach is different.
The approach is most different.
We're going to see beautiful leg lock entry.
Fantastic leg entanglement there by Ali.
And that's what the excitement you see from new blue belts. Ali got that blue belt very recently.
Now he's in that inside Ushi position.
That is
Fantastic
beautiful.
work by Ali
Well
Mirza.
done.
Incredible.
And
as
he's going to be a big threat in the future. You can see that.
well, you know, Mouse, incredible to see a 20-year-old on the stage getting his hand raised. The first of the Criange athletes tonight. They'll hope that that streak can continue. And fantastic work by Ali. Mouse, tell us what you see over here.
Toe hold. And he had that elevation,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. So Mouse, you know, you had mentioned that the younger blue belts and the younger athletes of these days, they're gaining inspiration in terms of leg lock entries. That has to be coming from New Wave, John Danaher's school of thought, that there is a second half of your body, and it's incredible to see the evolution of jiu-jitsu.
yeah, it's a big focus at the moment. And the younger generation, I mean, there's old school jiu-jitsu and there's new school jiu-jitsu. Younger generation, they love the leg locks. It's where it's at the moment. So definitely a lot of focus on that at the moment. But also, like I said, belts don't matter. We see white belts, and even in our WTA women's division tonight, there's recently blue belts who got blue belts a week ago, or a month ago, who has a big chance of winning. So yeah, leg locks and blue belts at this time of the event, eh?
Most definitely. Well, folks, everyone watching at home, we are going to switch over to an ad break, and we will be back with the action straight away.
The Blue Line is a cut above the rest and is your leader in sourcing, branding, and media solutions. From branding of events, corporate gifting, content solutions, to professional event management. The Blue Line is your only turnkey solution provider. For more information, visit theblueline.co.za.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just a reminder, the main card portion of this card is pay-per-view, exclusive to Vision View TV. So head on over there and purchase your pay-per-view right now. The action continues here at Winner Takes All 8. It's a lightweight matchup for the ages. Fresh off an emphatic submission victory, this Winner Takes All veteran fights out of the red corner. Representing Gracie University Four Ways, please welcome Nathan Thorne. His opponent hails from Quebec, fighting out of the blue corner and representing the PE Submission Fighting Academy. Please welcome Kanyo Makwam. Your referee is Kino Lundi.
Our first guard pull from the get-go, which Nathan pulled so quickly, almost missed it.
And quite an interesting strategy from Nathan. I mean, he's been walking around the gym just, I think, 2 weeks ago at 75 kgs, did a cut down to 70. Big Al believes that this is his natural weight and this is where he should be competing as opposed to up at welterweight. So interesting how he's going to use both the weight cut, and with 24 hours doesn't really give you much time to put on that weight back.
I agree. Look, Nathan's been on this event so many times. I think he's also one of the Mr. Sub Kings at the moment because he's been competing so often. But I think this is his right weight category. I think he's going to make an impact here. You know, a change in fight can make a bit of a difference for you with nerves and so forth. So it's interesting to see what it brings. I'm pretty sure it's Kenya's first time on the card as well for Sub Kings. So
You've got it.
He's got a point to prove. So let's see what they bring. Some leg lock and some movements again.
We ended up in the cross Ushi once again. Well, not the inside Ushi. He doesn't have control of the cross foot, but he is looking to isolate the foot closest to him.
And this position is a slow position, so you can't make any sudden movements. If you do,
it must be noted though, Kanyo comes out of the PSV team. That includes Jason Du Randt, so he'll be well accustomed to this leg entanglement game as much as Nathan is.
it's very deep on the knee line, Nathan, so he's got a really good bite and he's got elevated hips at the moment. Trying to work his grip. He's done very well with working his first bite. Very well done by Nathan. And almost saw a... I love the patience he's showing in this position.
Showing excellent patience and that pinch on that knee to ensure that it doesn't escape.
Super deep.
Oh, fantastic work by Nathan. Once again, back to back to back wins.
That was technical. Beautiful.
And on what a roll we are on. 4 for 4 submissions.
Oh, we are lucky.
Excellent. Well, we're going to head out to the replays right now. Look at that wonderful leg entanglement by Nathan, but I'd really think that the hallmark of this victory was that controlling the knee line throughout.
Patience, controlling the knee line. He focused on the top half of the leg first, then went to his grips exactly the way he should. So, yeah, technician.
Copybook, 4 ways jiu-jitsu as much as it was Quan Vessels.
Team effort.
Team effort, there we go. There we go. Well, Mouse, we are quickly approaching the ladies' absolute bracket. It's going to be an exciting night. Did you have a pick off the first round fights?
It's a hard one. It's a big bracket. The only thing wrong with the bracket is that I'm not in it. But yeah, I think there's a few dark horses in this WTA bracket for the ladies. I think Neeve is a big dark horse. Recently blue belt. You can't doubt that girl. I've seen her work every day, in and out, at the gym, 2 sessions a day. And then you've got Darina coming in last minute as a replacement, and I think she's also going to be a massive threat. There's no one in this bracket that's not a danger. So we're going to see excitement. We're going to see girls who's been on the stage before, first timers, and yeah, it's going to be a big night for all of them.
Fantastic. Well, Mouse, we are very close to the women's action, but before we get over there, we're going to tune out into a new advertisement, and then we will be right back in a couple of seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder that our main card tonight here at Winner Takes All is exclusively available on pay-per-view, so check out Vision View TV for that pay-per-view details. Sign up now and you can have your exclusive viewing pleasure of Winner Takes All 8 here in Johannesburg. We've seen some incredible action, and it continues here as we look forward to that moment that a lot of people are talking about. It's the start of the 8-woman absolute tournament. These ladies will battle it out over 3 rounds, where the winner will claim 10,000 Rand prize, as well as the status of the women's absolute champion. Please welcome to the stage the competitors: Kiara Fagan, Boumy Ojewole, Nicole van Wyk, Darina Golden, Carla Marie Carrera, Neeve Roland, Ushi Yunga, and Jess Hill. together for our contestants tonight, our athletes, putting it all on the line over 3 rounds, where the winner will claim 10,000 Rand and be crowned the woman absolute champion. Put your hands together. Thank you very much, everyone, and we wish you all the best for tonight's action. So once again, put your hands together for everyone taking part here tonight. Don't forget also to get your hands on the pay-per-view, exclusive to Vision View Television. So sign up now and you can get exclusive pay-per-view for Winner Takes All 8. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Submission Kings Winner Takes All 8, the first show of 2024. First up in the Absolute Tournament, in the red corner, representing Art Suave BJJ and the House of Tinkerbell, please welcome Kiara Fagan. Stepping up on short notice, proudly representing Crayange BJJ and fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome the Mauler, Carla Marie Carrera. Your referee is Brandon Leach.
Well, Mas, our first ladies matchup sees Kiara Fagan take on a late replacement Carla Marie Carrera. Kiara will be looking to make a statement with early momentum in this tournament given the change, but Carla has very little to lose and everything to gain.
Exactly. So I think it's a really great matchup. Carla's been super active at the moment with her jiu-jitsu, and Kiara's just got that BMT for big matches. So it's an interesting matchup. I'm interested to see the strategy of each of these individuals. I know what mine would be, but I'd like to see if it links up to my mindset.
Well, talk us through what that strategy would be. We always love to hear from people who have been on the stage before, won titles on the stage before. So what would you be looking at in terms of setting the pace for this match?
Look, if I could go up against a girl my weight in a bracket like this, I'd look for quick subs on girls in my weight division, and then I'll try and drag the bigger girls out to the longer minutes. And yeah,
a fantastic leg entry already.
Beautiful from Kiara, already on almost a knee bar position. She's extremely strong. Yeah, she's got a big bite on that knee line.
And now looking to turn that
big bites on the knee line, and yeah, she's fully extended, and she only needs her hips really to finish that. And let's see if she can get the
Carla
angle.
really showing some tenacity.
Beautiful tenacity from her.
Oh my goodness. That was it.
Oh, I didn't see the tap. I didn't see the tap. I hope she's okay.
Carla, unfortunately, seemingly coming over via submission and coming
It
down
happened
to
very quickly. I didn't see it. But very well done for Kiara.
fantastic work with Kiara.
That was a beautiful knee bar entry.
And look, despite the injury, we have to absolutely be full of praise for Kiara. You know,
Yeah, she's here to win the bracket, I believe.
and if this was, if you're in this 8-man bracket, you want to be finishing off this first round as quick as you can. You want to make sure that you have time to rest and you know, conserve your energy for the later rounds.
That's what she's done. She's conserved the energy, and Kiara's on my train of strat. Like, I would have done exactly the same, got in for my submissions as quickly as I could on my first match, and then, you know, build from there on my on time.
So let's remind everyone at home, Carla was a late replacement. She was taking the place of Hannah Griffiths, who is a teammate of yours. So what was the strategy? Because you would have been training with Hannah every single day.
You know, and it all depends on who we got in the first match. But, you know, Hannah and Kiara's had a big matchup before, and they both have major BMT. I think it would have been a big clash. But that would have been to take her to the later rounds, because Hannah's got an amazing gas tank. So we would have tried to make Kiara tired and pull her into the overtime. And then it would have depend on who we got for the next round, you know, what happens in the other matches. So you plan as you go.
And we're now looking at the replay once again. A fantastic knee bar, hyper-extending that knee, and unfortunately causing injury to Carla. But from a Kiara standpoint, you know, she did everything that she needed to do.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with her leg lock game and getting that entry. It was beautiful.
Well, folks, we're going to head over to a commercial break once again, and we'll see you right after the...
This is my new all-electric car. It's the perfect choice for my business commute.
It makes it ideal for the school run or a quick pop to the shops.
And even though they're super compact, the van version is ideal for my business. It's even got a reversing camera.
You can charge it on a standard plug in just 4 to 6 hours, and it has a range of over 150 kilometres.
It's so easy to drive, and as my very first car, it's even easier to park. Plus, it's eco-friendly and I can connect my phone.
It has 0 emissions, remote locking, a comfortable interior, a great panoramic view, but with safety cage design and impact absorption.
But best of all, it's one of the most economical cars to buy and run.
The new City Blitz, all-electric car, perfect for urban life.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The action continues here at Winner Takes All 8, our first show for 2024. It's been 6 months, but we're back, and so far we've seen some incredible action. Fighting out of the red corner and representing Pride Fighting Academy in Cape Town, please welcome arguably the most revered competitor in this lineup, Boumy Ojewole. Looking to spoil her party out of the blue corner, representing Warriors of Faith MMA and Kwan Vessels, please welcome the rookie, Neeve Roland. Your referee is Brandon Leach.
And with the last match as a benchmark, we are now ready for a fighter who has been named the biggest threat in this bracket, Boumy, up against the young talent of Neeve Roland. The 6-minute time limit may prove pivotal here, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, Mouse. Perhaps a strategy of Neeve to push this one out to overtime and hopefully take advantage of her overtime rules.
Definitely, that is the plan. I've been training with Neeve and I'm personally invested in this match, to be honest. I think Boumy's an amazing athlete and she's an extremely strong girl, so I think that should be the strat for anyone facing her, and that's definitely what mine would be. But I think Neeve will bring it. She's definitely going to work for it. She's put in the hours, so I'm excited to see what she's going to bring to the table. She's going to be that blue belt threat.
And already kind of the first reveal of a size difference. You look at the two athletes that are on stage right now, and there's already starting to be a considerable size difference as we start to move further down the bracket.
Yeah, and if Neeve brings her confidence tonight, I think she can do this.
So giving us some of the inside track, Neeve would not be looking to pull guard here?
Definitely not. You won't see that tonight, but she's no slouch. She's been training for quite a long time, and
Boumy already looking to jump on that arm, but I think Neeve's
been in my arm bars often. So she's expecting this.
She seems to have a wedge with the legs, and Boumy doesn't have control of that elbow, so she's done an excellent job to get into a side control position with that heavy crossface.
So yeah, I was doing a lot of full guard position with her because we expected a pull. So yeah, and he's heavy on top, hey, and she's a skilled individual. So it's a big match for her because Boumy's top tier athlete. She's working for a full mount. Boumy getting a half guard on her, working back into full guard position, trying to climb for that back.
Look, from a Neeve perspective, I think she could have taken a lot more patience in that side control position.
Definitely.
Sometimes the most overrated position is the pit stop.
100%. And she loves Kimuras and armbar, so her name's the bone breaker for a reason, But I'm super impressed with Neeve's, resilience in these positions with Boumy. At the end of the day, there's 4 minutes onto 2 minutes. Very well done by both of these ladies.
And Boumy working towards her strategy, which would have been isolate that limb, particularly an arm, and then go to town on it.
100%. My arms are very flexible, and I've been in that position before. It's not fun.
Yeah, I've been in that position before. Well, let's look at this replay. First, a pulling guard, that should give Neeve the kind of highlight reel in terms of what was coming her way. She did an excellent job to get into a position and pass, and then unfortunately got that arm caught in a position where Boumy was able to take full advantage.
Beautiful work from Boumy. She did the same thing as Kiara, tries to get it done as soon as she can to preserve herself for the finals or semi-finals, wherever she's heading.
And always awesome from a jiu-jitsu standpoint to see how an athlete systematically gets to a point where they can work their game. And
Exactly.
I think, it's one of the most underrated parts about jiu-jitsu, about just how cerebral it is and how you have to plan towards that final submission.
And you learn as you go. I mean, for me personally, my recent trips overseas, it's added a new perspective on my style to my jiu-jitsu as well, how I'll approach matches. So all of us are learning at the same pace.
Well, Monique, we're going to head out to another commercial and we'll be back with the action in a second.
ladies and gentlemen. Just a reminder about the first ever pay-per-view Submission Kings Winner Takes All events. Head to Vision View TV now to secure your pay-per-view so you don't miss this incredible main card. The action continues though. There's the Queen of the Quintet enters the fold from the red corner and represents the House of Tinkerbell. Please welcome Little Miss Feisty, Nicole van Wyk. Her opponent is out of the blue corner representing East Rand BJJ. Please welcome Ushi Yunga. Your referee is Bobby Karajanides.
Well, Mouse, expectations are high for this one, and you know, we talk about the absolute bracket throwing up some clangers, and this is one of those clangers, particularly because, you know, both of these women compete at exceptionally differential weight divisions, and yet it is pitting up one of the smallest athletes that we have tonight against one of the largest athletes, and that just goes to show exactly what the absolute can throw up.
So, for me, never doubt that little feisty. I've matched up against that little feisty. Size does not matter. That's what jiu-jitsu does for us. Yeah, she always brings it, hey. So I'm expecting her to bring the fire like always. There's always the strength and weight advantage, but she needs to leverage off her strength, and that is the technical side of jiu-jitsu. So I believe she can do it. And at one of our previous events, she did exactly that. So let's see.
Well, look, you might vehemently disagree with me, but if there was a Mrs. Submission, Submission Kings, you know, Nicole might have that moniker given how often she has competed on this mat.
Always game. Always game.
But Ushi already using that strength advantage to get on top, get heavy, looking to use that quarter guard to get into full mount.
So that's probably one position you don't want to be in with the bigger opponents, is top position. But believe it or not, competing against a smaller opponent like Nicole is extremely hard. Getting into those little underhooks and head control, it's a difficult task when there's not a lot to grip on, you know. So she's not going to make it easy for Ushi, definitely.
She most definitely is not. She's utilizing that gift wrap to apply a little bit more pressure across Nicole's face, looking to use that position to slip in the arm, but she needs the back exposure in order to make that effective.
And that's what I mean by smaller opponents. To get behind her is a difficult task. So, and she's got the back position.
Fantastic work by Ushi. She's got the arm across the face and trying to connect the back hand behind the head. And lots of pressure on Nicole's
will not
face.
give up.
Starting to turn red, but absolute tenacity from Nicole, relentlessness.
I'd like to see her break the body lock. Beautiful work from Ushi, and the stronger girl wins. Yeah, I think Ushi's going to be a real threat in this bracket.
Well, you know, we talk about it all the time. Strategy is so important in any jiu-jitsu match, but particularly when you have this differential in terms of weight. And, you know, Nicole unfortunately landing in a position where she was at the bottom, Ushi placing her weight on top of her, making sure that she put that pressure, and that pressure was telling in this back position that she found herself in.
Yeah, it's you know, size is a component to a match, but Ushi still did a technical skill breakdown with getting to that back position. So very good work from her, and I want to see what she brings in the next one.
And, you know, Ushi getting her first win on the WTA mat. What a time to do so. And she's got another match ahead of her tonight. If she does make it to the finals and eventually wins the competition, she will have a 3-1 record. So, you know, she's probably aiming towards that.
And 10,000 Rand.
And 10,000 Rand. seeing some of the faces of Jiu-Jitsu out here tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, remember, if you are watching at home, that the main card event is on broadcast partners Vision View on pay-per-view, and you should really get out and make sure that you get onto that pay-per-view in order to see the women's absolute semi-finals as well as finals. You will have to purchase that pay-per-view at $5 a pop. That's not a bad thing to work towards.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen some incredible action so far tonight. We've still got the main card to come here at Winner Takes All 8. A big shout out to all the sponsors involved, and just a reminder to head to Vision View TV if you're watching at home and secure your pay-per-view. It's the first ever for Submission Kings Winner Takes All, so don't miss out. The action now continues. It's the last matchup of the first round. It's arguably the pick of the bunch. From the red corner, she represents Gracie Academy Berlin and Henzo Gracie Cape Town. All the way from Germany, please welcome Darina Goldin. Her opponent is from the blue corner and represents Purist BJJ. Please welcome Jess Hill. Your referee is Bobby Karagidides.
Well, Mouse, not that I should be mentioning age when it comes to ladies, but we're now moving on to the veterans of the absolute bracket. Both ladies are brown and brown belts and have significant competitive careers. Germany versus South Africa, Darina versus Jess. How do you see this one playing out?
This is a difficult one, Ty. I think both of the girls have a great jiu-jitsu, big experience on international circuits. Jess is an amazing coach at and great at what she does. So yeah, I think it's who brings it on the night for this one.
It's quite amazing that Darina decided to effectively pull guard. You know, she has an exceptionally well-seasoned and strong experience from a wrestling standpoint. So to enter into a guard position, allow Jess to put that pressure on top from the beginning, it's quite an interesting way to go about this match.
Well, it could be she's trying to preserve energy for the long haul of the night. You know, it could be that strat for her. But, you know, Jess is doing a great job at you know, just mounting pressure at the top. So let's see what Darina can bring to avoid that. I'm hoping that she get some sweep work going in. So let's see, to make this exciting.
You make an amazing point, and pacing is going to be so important as we work our way through this bracket. But right now, Jess doing an exceptional job in this half guard position, not really looking to free that knee line at all, but just looking to put heavy pressure with that crossface.
Exactly, and this can be a stalling position for her as well. So let's see. I think even for Darina, it looks like she's happy to wait it out, maybe even work to a full guard position, get into some armbar positions.
Just doing a good job in protecting that arm. Balancing her hip on the ground, and she's doing a lot of switch hip movements, which is making it difficult for Darina to gain any momentum in trying to either regain her guard and or to set up a position on Jess.
And I believe that level-wise, these girls are on the same level. So this is what makes this match so interesting. It's going to be a super technical match. We're not going to see, you know, something unexpected. Either one of these girls can take it.
Jess had made a great connection on the head over there, but Darina now, almost potentially using her wrestling skills to get back on top. But it looks like Jess will maintain an advantage in this position.
And Jess is sitting in a position where she can work her leg locks as well. So I'll be interested to see if she's actually going to go for that tonight. In her leg lock positions.
The athletes most definitely got the memo for the night. Leg lock entanglements are the way to go. You know, in terms of the vlog series, Jess mentioned that she's coming in exceptionally motivated for this one. She believes that she has not shown the WTA mat what, you know, her skills to the best of her ability and what's in an arsenal. So she's really looking to prove a point tonight.
I believe that. I think she's an exceptional athlete, and you know, the first few times on this mat is you know, it's intimidating, but she's got great skill to give.
And she's doing an excellent job with that inside Ushi position, with that
deep
leg
on
weave.
the knee lines as well.
Deep on that knee line. You know, that offers that knee bar position as well as a toe hold is available in that position.
And both ladies showing patience in this position, even from a defensive position for Darina. So
Darina escaping that cross Ushi foot, but now needing to worry about the leg that's entangled there. Jess looking to go for that heel, and then deciding to switch it up into she's trying to set up an outside Ushi position, but I'm not sure why she would go into that position. Losing the legs a little bit here.
Darina's a strong girl, so I think it's also, you know, understanding that there's a threat on the other side of your legs at the same time. Great for her to get out of that, and we see her wrestle down. And let's see what she can do on top. Getting out of that full guard position.
See cupping the armpits over there, trying to create distance, doing all the right things. Well, Mouse, we are now entering the last minute of this matchup.
We might see our first one.
We might see our first. But neither athlete looking tired at all. I think the manner in which WTA has ensured that these opening rounds give us all action with 6 minutes on the clock, a little bit of time to work, but also not enough time to tire out the athletes.
Exactly. So this is the first time we see Darina on top and really giving us the exposure to her top game. So probably going to try to knee slice, maybe give us a good mounting position as well.
You know, at this point in the match, 20 seconds on the clock, both athletes look reserved in ensuring that this clock runs out, preserve energy towards the overtime rule set. There we go. Fantastic showing from both women. Massive applause from the crowd out here tonight, appreciative of the skills on the show. And now it comes to the dreaded coin toss.
So for these, we have one side, 1 minute overtime.
That's correct. With the winner deciding what the opening position was going to be.
Which could be back or armbar position.
Darina winning the toss and deciding to take Jess Hills back in the opening position. You know, give us a little bit of the strategy in this position, Mas. What would you be looking to do?
Get your head to the mat, get those shoulders to this mat as soon as possible. Always make sure that you disconnect the chest from the back as soon as possible. Give a little bit of a lean forward. Make it very difficult. But yeah, that's the most important thing. You have to move those shoulders, you have to move that head. And that comes from the hip movement. So when the body lock's on, it makes it extremely difficult.
And you mentioned the body lock. Darina doing an excellent job in switching to make sure that the triangle is in the top position, not exposing that ankle to any submission attempts by Jess. And you mentioned putting that head forward as soon as possible. Unfortunately, Jess did not move into that position, which has rendered any attempt to get loose out of this back control. Oh, and
she's done it.
Curse of the commentator as I speak to that. The shoulders.
Still 40 seconds on the clock for Darina, so that's a good run.
Jess is going to have to prove out that last minute with Darina on top didn't empty out the gas tank. She's got an opportunity to get into the next round, making sure that she can do this before a 40-second time limit runs out.
Always want to try and fall to the non-choke side. Unfortunately, went the opposite way for Darina, but if she can get herself to the other side and move her hips nicely, she can get out.
Fantastic scramble by Darina, but
and Jess follows.
Jess is following all the way. Jess is not allowing Darina to get out of this position. Amazing.
2 seconds.
2 seconds. There we go. Incredible work by Jess to make sure that she gets into the next round.
We've got our semi-finalists.
We have our semi-finalists. Darina Golden having a great show out for our international compatriot out here. And, on that note, wonderful, wonderful end to the first round of the brackets for our ladies jiu-jitsu. I'm really excited to see the next round now.
Me too, Ta. Who do you have your bets on?
On the showing of the first round, I have to say Ushi is looking great out there. In the manner of time that she was able to finish that matchup with the weight differential, I think that's going to work in her favor.
Me too, she really did. But let's see what the night holds.
Let's see what the night holds. You're looking at the replay right now. Jess making sure that she rides out that back control, doing an excellent job. And she followed Darina all the way through. I think she could have lasted the full 1 minute.
Actually, I think she could have got that tap as well, with riding that back take. So I'm excited for the Kiara Boumy match. I think that's going to be interesting. Very technical. As we see, Kiara's definitely worked her leg game. Boomy's going to bring the top game, strength game. So that's going to be, for me, a decider as well.
Well, what will be interesting there, in order to enter those legs, sometimes you have to pull guard, which is going to allow Boumy to be on top.
Exactly.
And then will Boumy be able to start to drive home her strategy of that top position, or will Kiara be able to complete that leg entry and get another quick tap?
Exactly.
You may be biased, but they're probably all fantastically happy that your teammate is not on the cards tonight.
Makes me nervous. I'm glad she's not in the cards now.
Well,
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Our semi-finals are set. Fagan, Ojawole, Yunga and Hill will through to the semi-finals. We can't wait for that next round. 10,000 Rand up for grabs. Now, back to the prelim action. It's a welterweight contest with two competitors looking to climb the ranks. From the red corner, a new challenger arrived by the way of Johannesburg Grappling Club. Please welcome Adam Buch. His opponent is stalwart on the local jiu-jitsu scene, representing Creonge BJJ and fighting out of the blue corner. Please welcome Sakile Mboto. Your referee, Lloyd Griffith.
Well, folks, we have another debutant on show this evening as Adam Buch looks to lock horns with someone who we are familiar with on the stage, Sakile Mboto. Sax is not shy to put on an exciting show, but will be looking to reclaim a couple of the results that have not gone his way. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have a fantastic surprise for you this evening. We have Lloyd Griffith, who is a highly decorated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu athlete. You know, in 2023 alone, he had over 20 matches, winning all by submission and claiming double gold at IBJJF Majors, ADCC Opens, qualifiers and more. And for those of you who know a little bit about the international scene, he gets to train on a day-to-day basis with some of the best athletes in the world. Luke, it's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on the panel commentating with you today.
So the action gets underway. We're seeing Sax quite heavy on the head right now. Adam, as we said, is on debut. Let's talk about you know, how you deal with those nerves on debut. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's always something that every athlete has to deal with coming into a competition. You know, the way I like to try and deal with it is kind of just to shut out thinking about the tournament as long as I possibly can. Right, the longer I think about it, the longer I'm nervous and my body starts to get fatigued. So we actually want to try and keep it out of our mind as much as possible until we step onto the mat, and that way we don't have those nerves plaguing us for a long period of time.
Well, folks, you're going to get some incredible insights by an incredible athlete tonight. And let's just turn over to the action. Sax in a fantastic position, looking to free that knee line.
Yeah, it's good. Good upper body control here. Underhook on the far side. Looking to get free. There we go. He frees his secondary leg. Buggy strangle attempt there. He's doing a good job defending. Yeah, so he wants to try and get him flattened out here. As long as Adam's on his side, yeah, he's going to have that threat of the buggy choke.
And tell us about some of the threats with trying to slap on that buggy choke. You do give your opponent the space on the inside.
Yeah, so I mean, a buggy strangle obviously is not an ideal position to be in bottom side control, but it is a very good way, even if you don't get the submission, to create space and panic with your training partner, and that allows you to kind of bring your knees back inside and re-guard, right? So yeah, very, very effective use of that submission from bottom position. Got a good knee on belly position here, flattened his back out to the mat. Nice, going into that 3/4 mount position now. Got potential back exposure as well.
You know, as I mentioned again, Sax has unfortunately been on the losing side 3 times in a row, trying to build up his record here back on WTA stage. Most definitely moved up and down weight categories, hoping to find his space in this welterweight division. Talk to us about weight categories, Luke.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's definitely good to find the right weight category for you. I mean, I think we've seen with multiple matches, you know, if you come in too light, it can definitely affect your performance, especially when the skill level is very similar. Weight and strength start to play a very big role, you know. So I think it's very good to find what is a good natural weight for you. And I mean, to cut a few kilos is not bad, but you definitely don't want to be shedding a high percentage of your body weight before each competition. So yeah. Got that Ezekiel strangle attempt in there. He's got good position. Oh, back exposure, very nicely transitioned. Good with the body triangle locked in now. Very good position.
Sack's doing a very good job in isolating that bottom arm.
Yeah. If he can, he wants to try and lock that body triangle on the top side. He's got his own leg trapped on the bottom there. It's going to be hard for him to use his legs to assist in trapping his opponent's limbs here. But he's doing a good job pommeling over the face. There we go. Now he's got that leg free.
Lots of hand fighting going along here.
Yeah.
Adam was in a terrible position with that Ezekiel, decided to expose his back to get into a better position. On the upside, he avoids the submission attempt, but on the downside now he...
Yeah, and that looks to be very tight. Slow and steady squeeze should do the job here. Very tight now. Adam doing a good job resisting. And there we see the tap.
Fantastic work from Samboti. Another win for the Creonge camp. You know, lots of experience in that corner, and really looking to drive home and build their name in this tournament as they go along.
Yeah, and a very dominant performance by Sachs there. I mean, moving in through various different positions, showing very good dominance and positional control to eventually get that finish. So yeah, so here we see Sachs with that knee on belly, eventually moved into mount, forcing the turtle. And yeah, beautiful transition there into that back position to eventually lock up the strangle. Yeah, once that was locked in, it's going to be hard for anyone to get out of that.
So Luke, talk to us about what's on the cards for you going forward. You've got a number of tournaments coming up, ADCC at the end of the year.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously ADCC is the biggest tournament in the world of Jiu-Jitsu, right? So it's an absolute privilege for me to be able to compete on a stage like that. I don't have anything confirmed or booked up until that point, so when I go back to Texas now, I think most of the focus will be on camp for ADCC, and then once that's done, obviously we have all the IBJJF majors towards the end of the year, and hopefully a couple of other high-profile super fights.
Fantastic. And were you with the fellas at the last UFC Fight Pass event?
I actually wasn't at the last one where Nicholas competed against Mateus Denise. It was a great event. I was in the UK, unfortunately, competing on the same night, I believe. But yeah, beautiful performance by Nicholas. I mean, all the guys are doing really well at the moment. Yeah, looks like he's unstoppable right now.
Yeah. No, it's going to be great to see the likes of Nicholas, Giancarlo, yourself. We're hoping that Gordon can make it out to ADCC, and you know, what fantastic ambassadors for the sport of Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
But we are going to be right back. We're going to go to a commercial break, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just a reminder, the main card portion of this card is pay-per-view exclusive to Vision View TV. So head over to Vision View TV and purchase your pay-per-view right now. With that said, we've reached the pinnacle of the prelims. A tantalizing lightweight matchup is ahead. Representing the House of Tinkerbell from the red corner, please welcome Justin Thomas. His opponent represents Eastran BJJ and fights from the blue corner. Please welcome Yusuf Hansrod. Your referee, Lloyd Griffith.
Okay, well, fight fans, our last match of the preliminary card sees Justin Thomas take on Yusuf Hansrod. Yusuf already sitting down into a guard position, looking to pull Justin into his guard. It will be interesting to see how
he starts to approach this match here.
Yeah, and Yusuf with an MMA background despite his young age.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I've had the privilege of watching young Yusuf compete a bunch of times, obviously while I was still in country, and very talented young man. It's good to see him now starting to compete against, the adults and start implementing some of that jiu-jitsu. So yeah, let's see what he can do from this knee shield split spot position here.
And he is up against someone who has quickly becoming a fan favorite on the Submission King circuit. Somebody who's not afraid to shy away from challenges. Obviously competed multiple times against a competitor within our camp, Armand.
Yes.
And in certain instances coming out as the victor, in certain instances on the losing end. But once again, you can always speak to the character of Justin, willing to take any competitor on.
Absolutely. See a little bit of an awkward kind of stalemated position here, where he seems a little bit hesitant to enter into the guard of Yusuf, but he's a little bit out of reach here, where Yusuf would have a hard time to invert and start attacking. But here we go, you start seeing him go side to side slightly.
Very strange to see him try to backstep when he was so far away.
Yes. Looking to potentially fall back into the legs there. Yusuf doing a good job keeping defensive frames in place. I would like to see that knee shield a little bit higher from Yusuf.
Slightly more cagey affair than we've seen so far.
Yeah, definitely. There we go, see a bit of a rolling guillotine attempt.
Justin with the patented burst of energy.
Yeah. There we go with a false reap entry for Yusuf. Heel exposures there.
Oh, fantastic finish by Yusuf. And you heard it from the leg entanglement man himself. False reap into that heel position.
Very nice finish by Yusuf. Great job.
What a way to halt the momentum of Justin. And Yusuf puts another win in the competitive column for him. And we'll be looking to move further up on that card.
Yeah.
We're going to go to replay. Luke, just talk us through the entry and the finish here.
Yeah, so here we see Yusuf playing that kind of knee shield split squat position. Now we see Justin rolling through for the guillotine. They haven't showed us the finish there.
It did show us a great picture of
the finish
of Griffith Senior.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, beautiful false reap entry there by Yusuf, managing to roll through, and as you saw, as he rolled through, there was immediate heel exposure, and he was able to finish with a beautiful inside heel hook, and come away with a beautiful win tonight.
So look, I really have to ask you, and I think it's a question on everybody's mind, is the quality of jiu-jitsu in South Africa versus the quality of jiu-jitsu that you see on the international stage. How do we fare?
I definitely think the level of jiu-jitsu in South Africa is grown exponentially, in the last few years. I think that the level of instruction is just as good. The only thing that I think we lack in South African jiu-jitsu is just competition experience, right? When you go overseas to the States, you have these kids competing sometimes twice every single weekend, the whole year round, whereas here sometimes
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your patience. El, it's been an incredible prelim so far. I mean, what has impressed you so far? I mean, we've seen it all. It's been fast action. We've seen submissions. It's been a treat to watch.
Yeah, yes, it's one of those nights that we hoped for, you know. Like in the briefings with the athletes, with the referees, we action, let's keep the pace high. Justin incentivized the athletes with a big bonus for submission of the night. So I think that's worked the trick. You know,
tell us a bit more. Wait, hang on a second. You've let the cat out the bag now. What are these bonuses?
Yeah, so there's a running bonus for submission of the night. At the end of the night, through the week, we're going to get everyone to vote on who they thought. It'll be a nice, substantial little prize money for the winner. So I think everyone's come out and hunted that little 5,000 Rand bumper bonus there.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's impressed you tonight? Because we've seen so many skills on display and a lot of athletes who have evolved. I mean, if I think of Hansrud, how he's come off and really impressed tonight, it's been impressive.
Yeah, so Yusuf automatically was the one I had my eyes on at the top of the prelims there. You know, he opened up the junior bantamweight fight here. The kid has got so much talent, you know. So he wanted to come back. We gave him a very, very tough matchup. And he stamped himself and just reminded everybody of the talent that he possesses, and that makes me very excited.
Yeah, and you got someone like Boumy who's in the mix. Jess Hill looked amazing. I mean, that absolute, it's really incredible.
Yeah, so the bigger ladies through to the first round. We've got Kiara, Boumy, Jess Hill, and Ushi. And I think it's going to get very interesting from here, you know. Each has got their skill set. I think that advantage of being the heavier and stronger lady is now going to be taken away. And now it's going to be skill for skill. And we're going to see who's going to come out on top.
Historic night also for Submission Kings. Winner takes all, a pay-per-view card. Yeah. It's an exciting space to be in for the organization.
Yeah, so historic in terms of, I think, for the women's brackets. I don't think that's ever been done on the continent. So that's a massive step for us. And this is the evolution for us as an organization. You know, we're backing ourselves to put on a great product. And that's why we put a pay-per-view in place. You know, obviously down the line, that it gives us the ability to help the athletes more, get more professional for us and for them, and just really be the groundbreakers to create an industry and give opportunities to have a living from jiu-jitsu. That's the goal.
El, finally, you've got some rock stars in the building. Luke's on commentary. I mean, that's fantastic. He's done so well. JP Bass makes a return. Just shows how attractive Submission Kings winner takes all is. JP Kruger, the EFC Middleweight interim champion here. There's some serious talent in the building.
Yeah, yes, look, it's a great feeling having these guys here. Luke was a bit cross with me and he sat down and he's like, why did you guys only start this once I left? sorry, Luke. You know, but it's a legitimization for us that we are doing the right thing, that guys want to come compete here. You know, there's a youngster at the back there, Kanyo Makam. He came in on late notice. He's an amateur champion, and he came here on 24 hours notice, and he's like, I want to come back here. You know, providing opportunities for those guys and having the likes of, you know, Luke here in the building, JP Bays, even Davi Alencar, who he's going to fight, who's an insanely talented grappler. I know JP's dying to get back on here, JP Kruger. So yeah, it's a good feeling for us, man. It means we're doing the right thing, and that's all we want to know.
El, thanks very much. We'll catch up with you just before the main card starts. Remember, that is pay-per-view. Go to Vision View TV to get that pay-per-view now so you don't miss out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome Monique van Staden. Mouse has been on commentary. You've also been in Paris doing some great things. Congratulations, a European title. That must feel good. I mean, you've been working so hard to get where you are in the sport. You must be chuffed.
I'm extremely happy here. So for me, it was really about like showing the girls in this country that we are capable of actually training here and making a showing in different countries, bigger promotions, and yeah, stamping our authority there.
And two of your teammates, Guy Lazarus, Neeve, also in action. I mean, you guys are taking over the world at this current rate, aren't you?
We're trying. Someone has to do it.
What have you made of tonight so far? I mean, we've seen some incredible action. We've seen some lightning fast submissions. It really is respect to all the athletes involved tonight.
Definitely. So for me, we've only seen submissions on the match up until the end. So it's an exciting card. My focus is on the ladies' absolute bracket. I'm really impressed with the performance. I think it can be anyone's night. Kiara and Ushi have really impressed me. I would love to see that in the finals. Technical, you know, bringing the aggression like ladies do. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the end result will be for that.
You know, with the semi-finals decided, anything can happen, as you well know. But I think also just from women's BJJ being involved in this sort of sport and having a platform like this, it means that that hard work on the mats, week in, week out, day in, day out, really is paying off.
Definitely is. So for me, I think we will be the ladies that will make it happen for the younger generation. So we'll see the Mila Ben Davids of the world taking ADCC World Championships for South Africa one day. Even sooner, we'll have some of our ladies maybe. But I think we are the front runners in our country, making sure the younger generation sees that it's possible.
Now, I said I wouldn't put you on the spot. I am going to put you on the spot. The title defense, where's your head at for that? I'm sure you can't wait to get back here. I heard you saying that when the absolute bracket was up, you wish you were in the mix, but when can we see you back on the mat?
I don't know. So for me, it's obviously up to Submission Kings. I would really love to do a gi match at Submission Kings. That would be my next goal locally. Obviously a few international matches, hopefully Grapple Fest in June. So I've got a few things on the lineup, but my goal at Sub Kings would be a gi match. Yeah, hopefully also for a title. Why not make it two?
Monique, well done. Congratulations on a fantastic achievement, and we look forward to having you on comms again tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Remember to get your pay-per-view right now at Vision View TV so you don't miss out on an incredible main card. We'll be back at 8:30 Central African time. We'll see you then.
Production. It's Mixed on the beat.